Okay. All right, sorry about that. It's 5 o'clock, and on the board behind me should see that it's 29th of October, 2019. This is LDR 340, Case Studies in Leadership, as you can see by my screen. This course started, week one was October 21st through the 27th. We're now into week two. In that, you've got your second week article of choice. It's due tomorrow. You're to upload that on or before 23:59 or 11:59. I'm sorry, I apologize. You're supposed to upload your article no later than 1800 or 6 p.m. Wednesday, the 30th of October, which is tomorrow. You're going to upload that into two places. The first, you'll upload it, as you can see on my screen right now. This little hand with a paper in it is an assignment. You upload it there, and you'll upload it in the discussion for student articles. Okay, you're uploading it twice. And again, the reason for that is that you upload it here to the assignment so that I can grade it, and you're going to upload it here so we can use the discussion forum so that you and your fellow students can discuss and learn amongst yourselves. With that, the second part of this is you're going to respond to others. And that's where you individually comment or reply to learners' posts there in the discussion forum. And again, you're going to do that before 23:59, 11:59 p.m. on Friday, the 25th of October. Most of you are getting that. So you had a real rough go of it in the first week, and I'm sorry for any confusion. For the confusion that was out there. I thought it was fairly straightforward. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job of getting that out, but I think we've all kind of worked through it, and most of you have. We've still got some odds and ends to kind of police up. The issue here is a couple, and I'm going to kind of share this with you just so you know what's going on. But you know, the discussion forum is set up as a straight thread, and so a lot of you have. Okay, so far this is good. I mean, look at this, Mona, you're in there. You did two of them. I'm not sure why, but I'll look at that. Landon got in there, Leah Walker, and Annette Harris, Ashley Bullard, and Alexandra. Good job. So let's just open up Alexandra's real fast. And you can see she has posted it, okay, which is the easiest way to do it is probably attaching it as a file. That's fine if that's what you want to do, but to make it easier for everybody to read, just cut and paste. And she did. She's got the article, she's got the link, and she's got the answers to all four with paragraph headers, okay? Which makes it very simple for your reader, me, to grade, okay? And I liked it for that reason, but I also like it, and I use it when I submit my work, because what it does is if I've got to answer a series of questions, or if I'm trying to articulate my position statement, I found paragraph headers help me outline my response so I don't miss anything. It makes it easier to write. And so in this regard, you can see protagonists up front. And don't forget, you're also supposed to identify if this is a problem diagnosis, a decision, or an evaluation. As you read in your textbook, and I'm going to hold up that textbook here in just a second. All right. See it there? Good. The benefit here is as you're learning now the text, it's going to run through the differences of analyzing a case as a decision, as a problem diagnosis, or as an evaluation. There's some ins and outs on all three. And it's really worth your while to dig into this. That is predominantly what this text is about, is to demonstrate for you and give you a framework of analyzing cases and then preparing and writing on it. Okay? As you could tell, most of the leadership aspects we're pulling from a course that you've already had, and that is predominantly from LDR 300, right? Your DAF text, okay, is the primary text that I want you to go back to, because it's a good text, and that is the purpose in large measure for this course. Okay, so so what? So quite frankly, here we sit at week 2, and again, you're going to post your article here so that your fellow students can start making comment. It looks like Mona already has. Good on you. Great job. She already commented on Landon's. Okay. And again, do it on 2 fellow students at a minimum. You can do as many as you want, but please try to have that done before Friday. That's your participation. Okay. Then, as I said, you're uploading it into a section so I can grade it. And already we have 6 that have already submitted. And this is how it looks for me. So Landon's got his in, Alexandra's, Mona. Okay, so it makes sense. Now, you'll see on there that there are different statuses that assign itself. There is no submission, meaning nobody's tried to upload yet. There's the draft, quotation marks, not submitted, and then there's submitted for grading. Here's the way I've done that. I've set it up so that you have to hit a button to, no kidding, submit it for final grading. That doesn't mean your work didn't upload. It did. It's uploaded as a draft. What this allows is, if you've got it in now, say for example for Alexandra here, okay, she's uploaded this this afternoon. Okay, well, it's not due until 1800 tomorrow, right? That means between now and tomorrow at 1800, she can go back and she can rework her draft, add things, fix things, subtract things, whatever she needs to do without having to contact me. If Mona wants to do that, or if Landon needs to do that, then they need to contact me. And I have to go back in and unlock this form, and then they can go work it. So it is your best interest to upload it as a draft. And then once you were sure that's what you want submitted, hit the submit button. Now, in case you did not hit the submit button, so for example, if Alexandra doesn't do anything, come 1801 tomorrow, or when I grade your Wednesday evening submissions, I will grade her draft in the same as if it was a file. Okay, so I'll still give you full credit for having your work in. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope everybody understands what I'm doing there in the method behind the madness. Okay, now later in the week, obviously on Saturday, you have the instructor's case. Let me tell you, the instructor case from week 1, you all blew me away. It was wonderful grading that work. You all did a tremendous job. We still got a couple that we haven't quite got there, but by and large, the majority of you hit all 4 questions. You gave me some very good comprehension of what's going on. You identified the protagonist. You took a stab at whether it was a decision, a problem, diagnosis, or an evaluation. And you went into what is the leadership challenge, and you focused on the leadership aspects, okay? Again, as an example, and you can see on my screen here, explosion of the space shuttle tested, none of us, I don't think any of us, are rocket scientists or aeronautical engineers. We don't have to be. That isn't what this class is about. What we're after are those things in Charles Locke that were leadership related and the challenges he had of leadership. And as you can see in these instructor cases, I even kind of point you into the leadership challenges with those topics. Okay, change leadership, crisis leadership, autocratic leader, what is that? That's leadership styles, right? And if you recall from your DAF text, the leadership philosophies, if you will, if the schools of thought on leadership and management are truly presented. In the past, it used to be the great man theory. Okay, it was find a figure in history that had certain types of traits and then emulate those and you will be successful. Okay, so I go back and I realize Abraham Lincoln never told a lie, Honest Abe, or the father of our country, George Washington, never told a lie. Then I know honesty, never tell a lie. There's a funny Geico commercial. I'll see if I can find it here in just a minute to show you. But it quickly became apparent that, okay, great man theory and traits doesn't really always work, okay? And it comes down into situational. And so what we're finding and what was found ultimately is now what your DAF text calls contingency leadership. In other words, based on the situation, okay? Not to say integrity and honesty is situational, it most assuredly should run the gamut. That said, we can find it real fast that we can get in trouble if we are brutally honest in all of our dealings every minute of every day. In other words, yeah, there comes times when it's time to kind of hush up. Okay, so what are some of those times? Well, again, let me see if I can find that that video that I was after, because it's really quite humorous, quite frankly. And I think you'll get a big, okay, here it is.
But switching to Geico.
All right. Okay, so let me bring up this so we can watch it together. Okay, so here's an example when being honest isn't maybe the best thing.
But switching to Geico really saved you 15% or more on car insurance? Was Abe Lincoln honest?
This is just make my backside look big.
Perhaps.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
But switching to Geico really saved.
All right, so I think you obviously get the point. Okay, let me close this down here, and let's get back to my screen. All right, so here we see autocratic leader of Charles Locke. Okay, so part of the analysis then becomes, okay, was he having a problem with this type of leadership style? Okay, and that's something that you would explore and then discuss and bring out in your analysis. In the end, what you pull out and use, for heaven's sakes, I don't want to do that. Okay, is up to you. All right, this you're going to find real fast. All right, that it isn't so much I don't care about what leadership principle, theory, model, concept that you bring out of the article, as much as your ability to defend it and speak through it. Here's what I'm trying to say. I could read this article on Morton Thiokol and the CEO Charles Locke, and I would probably pull out of there something as it relates to crisis leadership, okay, and then go into my DAF text, pull out the 4 aspects of communication during a crisis. You reading through this article might pull out, the autocratic leadership style, then go into the DAF text and pull out aspects of leadership style and contingency theory. We're both right, okay? There is no wrong answer in that regard, okay? And so what I want you to do is feel free to explore and get into these articles and pull out what you see, okay? Because this is not about you, it's developing as a leader. The key of this is you're going to see me say this time and time again. You're going to be sick of hearing me say it, all right? But I'm going to bring it out again, and I'm going to show you here within the framework of my responses and what we're trying to get at in this course, okay? And like I said, you're going to get tired of me saying it here, but that's okay. The document that I'm trying to pull up. Okay, here we go. All right, let me share it so you can see it. Okay, should be a document up here so you can see. Let me zoom in on it so you get a better feel for it. That became a little bit too much. There we go. Okay. Highlighted in blue. I'm going to put my cursor over it now. Okay, so it's now blue text highlighted in gray. Okay, throughout this course, remember, the fundamental relationship, the one that matters the most, is between your statement of a conclusion and the evidence that you use to support it. Okay? So what we're getting at is making sure that you understand your conclusion, okay, regardless of what you came up with. If you came up with leadership styles, is fine. How did you support that? What was the evidence you used? Now, I'm a 3x5 rule guy. I think 3 to 5 pieces of evidence, 3 to 5 reasons why you say something goes into your evidence. If I give you a statement, any statement at all, the sun will rise in the east tomorrow, you should not believe me just on the basis of that statement. What you should demand of me is my evidence for it. What are the 3 to 5 reasons that I say the sun is going to rise in the east tomorrow? Well, it always does. It's based on the circular rotation of the earth is the sun, whatever, we want to use, okay? And the same is with your class. If you tell me that you think this is an effective leader because of use of what? 1, 2, 3 reasons. This is not an effective leader. There's a problem. Okay, because of why? All right. And using the DAF text and those concepts you learned in LDR 300 is critical for this particular course. Okay. So what? Where are we here? Again, we're getting into right, we should have, there we go, good, okay. We should have a good understanding now of where we're at. Now, again, at the end of this week, let's not forget that I need you to, in fact, I'll put out an email right now, is let me know what company your intention. Sorry, it's been a long day. I know you probably had a long one as well. You're intending to write about in your final paper that's due at the end of this week, okay? So I'm highlighting it right now, okay? You can see it highlighted in gray. Your final your final paper is about leadership issues presently occurring in an organization. Identify to me this week the company organization you'll be writing on. That can be simply emailed to me, and I appreciate you having it in no later than Saturday, okay? Here's what we're doing. If you go into that final paper, you're going to see that you're going to summarize some issues and then talk about the leadership style and the culture of an organization, okay? And you're going to explain the importance of various elements, including organizational culture, structures, okay? What do we mean by structures? I mean how we're organized, leadership styles, and ethical climate. An analysis of those issues and the approaches used by the leaders, and an explanation on the importance of the type of the concepts used in your case, okay? So again, this is about a company or an organization. Doesn't matter what. It could be a company that you're interested in. Someone asked the question in the first week as to should it be a company that you could find articles about from the Wall Street Journal? And I said, I certainly think that would help, but it doesn't have to be. It could be your church. It could be your local business. It could be your local civics club. I mean, it really is up to you, but understand that you're going to take a study and need to develop out, again, those concepts of culture, leadership styles, and the like that are asked of you in this final paper. Okay, so week 3, we'll go through the same drill. Week 4 is your midterm. I haven't written it yet. Next Zoom session, I'll maybe speak a little bit more about it. But that's all you have to worry about for week 4. No articles. Okay, so good opportunity to work on your paper. All you have to do is take a midterm. Again, we'll speak a little bit more about that, and there's some more information. If you click on midterm, you'll get an idea already now of what it's about. Okay, and week 5, we're back to articles 6 and 7, and then week 8, no articles. You have your final exam, and then you need to get your paper in. Okay, and that kind of rounds us out. So 5:24, we'll go for a few more minutes. I'll stop talking in case somebody wants to dial in. In the meantime, I'm going to compose a quick email. Actually, I'll put it in the announcements. I'll add a new topic. I'll kind of and let me post it down here. Okay. And just a word on emails and general correspondence. If it's not of a routine nature, if you're not responding immediately, put an appropriate greeting in there. It's just a very professional thing to do. Good afternoon, or good evening or whatever. Okay. All right. All right. Display period. Let's make it so you can see it. I draw these out to January 2020. I know the course ends before then, but this allows you to go back and see certain things in case you need to. Post it to forum. All right. Okay. Well, while we're on this, let me give Ms. Cherry a call and see if we can't help her.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 91092966648 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Good evening. This message is for Ms. Kira Cherry. Here, this is Russ Jamison, instructor. I'm in the middle of the Zoom session. Had nobody else dialing in, so I was calling you back to see if you still had the same question. I called at about 5:30 on Tuesday afternoon. I'm sorry I missed you, and I hope you're doing well. Okay, have a good day. Bye. All right, I'm back. We didn't get an answer. That's okay. All right. So what else do we need to talk about? Okay, so if you look at week 1, and you go into your submission, you'll see grades have been posted. Okay? And in that framework, all the way over to the side, you'll see PDF file. Okay? So what I've done here is I've gone ahead and posted your feedback as a PDF file. Okay? And you're going to find in there All right, you're going to find in there. Okay, PDF file, and some things I'd like you to consider. Okay, so you may have talked about some of these things in your paper, and that's fine. These are things that I pull out, and so if you shared the same, you got credit for it. You did a great job. Okay, if you didn't, no harm, no foul if you figured out some other things. If I told you I was looking for some more depth, then this might give you an idea of some of the things I'm looking for or that you might have considered, okay? One is, if all else fails, if you can't figure out from the DAF text, or all else fails, look at my slide of organizational success that I've got showing up here right now, okay? What this does is encapsulate essentially your LDR courses of all, okay? This is something developed out by me. I don't say it's perfect. I certainly try to continue to work with it. If you see some things with it that you think I ought to consider, please certainly let me know. But I'm saying here an organization's success rests on 7 very simple concepts of who's and hows. 3 who's, 4 hows. Who to recruit, who to hire, who to promote, and who to make a senior leader. How to organize your efforts, how to equip your people to do their jobs, how to train your people to do their jobs, and how you execute your mission. Okay, and it really is this simple. Now, get any of the above wrong, and you're going to be in trouble. Okay, get more than one wrong, and your organization is going to self-destruct. Imagine you're trying to run a business if you're not recruiting or hiring the right people. Imagine your business if you hired the wrong senior leader or promoted the wrong people. Imagine your business if you didn't train people. Okay, so these are all aspects that I encourage you to consider and are very simple leadership aspects. Oh, now let me make sure I go back and show you this before we run out of time. The course 340, but look what I did here, okay? So if you're at the top and you go underneath and all the information I gave you of me and Zoom sessions, and I'll be posting this session right up here in the Zoom session shared files. But to go under resources and look what I did here for you. Okay, there's an archive, and these are the LDR 300 leadership class slides. These are slides I used in my last seated session. Okay, and here is the chapters out of LDR 300 textbooks. You don't even have to have the textbook. Okay, I'm giving you access to my slides, which is not as good as the textbook to be sure. But if you go in there, now I can't really remember, what was that concept in, chapter 8 of motivation and empowerment, that thing, Herzberg's 2-factor theory. Well, that's chapter 8, and if you go into the archives, you'll see here's chapters 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay, and off you go, okay? So it might help you out a little bit. All right. Now, going back to what I shared earlier with you in week 1 is remember forming teams, forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. Okay, there were dynamics in each of those stages, right? Okay, so this was something that could have been talked about at the last article here on staff. Okay, and then I give you kind of a short primer on aspects of management versus leadership. Okay, remembering primary purpose of management is to provide order and consistency, more of a bottom line focus. Purpose of leadership is to provide change and movement. Your realm as a leader is vision, okay, and strategic direction and implementation of that and moving people to it, okay? So just some things that you might go through and take a look at, okay? I sent you the rubric earlier on of how I'm doing your weekly articles. Here's how this person is grading shaked out. Okay, and that's the method behind the madness. Again, we probably got only about 5 more minutes here, and yeah, nobody joined. Again, not a horrible thing. Okay, just a little disappointing, but these sessions are purely for your benefit. Okay, so in the end, you got your rhythm all set, okay? Posting your article for discussion and grading on Wednesday evening, okay? Please hit your timelines, okay? A lot of you are missing some timelines, and remember, the syllabus and by extension, the university amount all policy is no late work, okay? That said, the dean has provided me some opportunities based on exigencies and circumstance where we can work through that. As an example, like last year during Hurricane Florence, okay, everybody was essentially given an amount of time, a couple weeks, I think it was, to get some work in. Okay, those are examples of extreme nature. Okay, in the end, if you missed a timeline, it does no good up front just to email me your file. I appreciate you trying to show me that you did the work, and that helps, but I can't grade it. I can't grade work that's not uploaded into Moodle. Okay, so before we go anywhere, we need to fully communicate why the assignment is late. Okay, and be upfront, and I expect you to be honest, forthright on it, and I will give you an honest, forthright response. Okay, things happen, I get that. Okay, but I want you to at least communicate with it. All right, then if we figure it out, that we will accept the late work. Depending on the circumstance, there may be a penalty assigned. Okay, some things are clearly out of control, and that's recognizable. Some things are within your control, and it's going to cost you some points. And I'll be forthright telling you what that penalty will be. At that point, I will go into Moodle and I will adjust the timeline in order for somebody to submit. So if you go into Moodle and you see all of a sudden the deadline has been extended, that doesn't mean I'm playing around with it. It means that somebody out there needs an extension. And the only way to do that is to extend deadline in Moodle. So let's keep to what we have to do, and we'll get through it, okay? But please try to make your timelines. If you want to upload your instructor article analysis for week 2, you can do that today, okay? You can turn things in early. I caution you not to get too far ahead, but you're certainly can. All right, I just realized I scratched on screen. I apologize for that. It's almost 1740, which means I'm going to lose Moodle here, or not Moodle, but Zoom. I wish you all the best. Good luck, and certainly let me know how everybody's doing. Okay, keep up. For those of you, I said keep it up. I mean, yeah, hang in there with it. Let's have some fun with this. We got some of the teething pains out of the way, but everybody's doing good. And let's continue on and let's get our work in. Okay. With that, I'm going to play another video.
Hello?
late. Check again.
We call it daylight saving. They said it would help farmers. They didn't expect it to destroy everything else.
It gets dark so early now.
We gained an hour, but we lost light.
Didn't we lose an hour?
No, we spring forward, fall back. Sit forward.
It's too confusing.
Don't you see what's happening? All the people are going to have to change their clocks back. We have to warn them.
Going back country for a while.
Tina, you have to come with me.
Where are we going?
We're going to a place where daylight savings doesn't exist. They call it Arizona.
You can't run from this.
Don't you see? Daylight savings is just an imaginary construct. It's daylight saving. It's not borrowing. No, remember, we changed an hour. What time is it?
We're running out of time.
You want by an hour?
Select the clock.
We're still up.
No, select the, hold the button and
Okay.
select the clock.
We're
Click the clock icon. Jesus, you're back at the menu.
That's all.
You gotta close your eyes in order to truly see where you're going. I mean, shutting out the world.
All right. Okay, hope everybody liked that. All right. Everybody have a great night, and we'll catch up with you later.